We're downtown, and the rescue is at the county building again. Earlier they were here, and they were here real quick. So I don't know what's going on. Second time they showed up. The county building. So I don't really know what's going on. They went in that way. And I don't know if there's anybody else here. There's nothing in there. Rod 21. I'm going to take a walk around, see if there's anything else. Earlier the tower arrived, they got out, and they got back in quicker than I could figure out what was going on here. The water part of the truck just kicked on. I know something interesting about that one. It does have water in the center. It's a new rescue truck. Finally, our trucks look like fire trucks, by the way. You look at some of our old videos, they'll have hoods. These are tab-over flat fronts. But I'm walking downtown Binghamton. Right in front of me is Family Court, the old sheriff's department. And this is called the office buildings. City office buildings. Nothing is out front. Binghamton Police, the state office building is there, the tallest one. You can see there's nothing going on, nothing showing. I'm going on here. This is the Y. Old Holly Street here. Temporary agency buildings, what we call it, because that's all its offices are in there. See Staff King's offices in there. The temporary nursing office in there. Binghamton High Rise. This used to be the building on the other side down there. If you were to look. Used to be the old Binghamton Fire District. Down there used to be the old fire department. Nothing down there now. The buses used to be down here, city buses, before they turned it into court parking is what we call it. Because that's all it is. The courthouse is over there, as you can see. All this is courthouse parking. And I don't see why fire department's there. Nothing. They said nothing showing. They would investigate. So I'm going to take a walk down here. Much as I can. Old sheriff's building. Not much. Jail used to be on top. And then you can see the top part. And then the next part, it juts out a little at the top. That used to be the jail and sheriff's office. They have beautiful structures here of some kind. We never know what they are. Payment required, the new paying machines. But yeah, see there? What you're staring at, these white cars, these Impalas, they're all detectives' cars. That is a state office building, that's the county building. Binghamton Police, Binghamton Mayors, and all those government offices, I guess you call them. Big, huge art that was donated. This thing right here is said to have been up in space and came back down. We're not sure what it is. Giant spider right there. Big old spider. Big spider just hanging out. It was said to have been up in space, but we're not sure. Not really sure what it was. Getting a better look at it now. End of a rocket or something. I don't know. It's always rumored to have been up in space. There's the courthouse. They're fixing it with a big crane out in front. That hotel right there is one of the oldest in Binghamton. Have the big, huge... I forgot the name of the building. But anyways, it used to be for... Dillinger's Pub is next to it. But that building used to be for all the writing and manufacturing and outlet businesses, if you would. There's the press building. I'm going down here to the front of the building. In front of me is where all the college students are. It used to be a Goodyear and public office buildings for public housing at one time. And then it was a banking offices. And then it was turned into SUNY students. So this is where they drop off prisoners, right down there. You can see the police car right there. Stuff in hand. Abolishing what are these things? All the cop cars for the morning routine. The afternoon routine, actually. I call it the morning routine because in the morning they line up almost in doubles. And they do roll call and stuff. That's the Broome County Arena. This is Hawley Street, and that's State Street, where all the bars are up there, and then downtown. That's another one, the new high-rise. Salvation Army, Washington Street. That van hasn't moved the whole time. It's been there. It's supposed to be a cafe. But, you can see the police cars. But that used to be the fire department. Right approximately where the car is sitting right now was the fire department. Where the white car is right there is where they had all the fire trucks. You can see the indented down there. Where they all were for the garages and stuff. That area right there. But they took it all away. And they made them a new fire station. Then they did all this work. Did all this outcropping of the road and everything. That middle section's been there forever. There'd be a huge gap where the fire department would go through it. Now I'm going to walk back to where we were on the scene of the fire department. But again, I had come out earlier and saw two towers, ladders in the rescue. There's a ladder out front here. There was a tower. And not as soon as I saw them get out of their truck and figured out I should record, maybe make you a video of this, I then saw everybody starting to come out. One of the firemen said they're not doing it again. So obviously, I don't know what that was all about, but this is it. Detective's van, the white van is a county. Impalas are county, the other cars are county. That's all it's there, county cars. A lot of the police chief and everything. I believe the mayor parts in there. They are Impalas and other cars for counties and detectives. County of Broome. I believe also welfare and child support and all that stuff. Detective services, whatever it is. Again, that's the government office building downtown of the old sheriff's building. And here we go walking. Some other people walking around, trying not to get them on film. That used to be the old bus entrance, the bus offices. County offices are down there. Used to be able to go upstairs. Beautiful tiled flooring upstairs. walkway to the courthouse was here, where the police and everything could just walk over to the courts, not have any problems and park. But they moved the family court all the way, and now there's different police parking, public parking, court-only parking. Of course, they make you pay for it. Don't know why they do that, but they do. That is the temporary agency building. And they're still here. Not sure why they're here, but they are. Anyways, temporary recruiting, personal agency, healthcare agency. They used to have about 8 different temporary agencies in that place. But they're here, not sure why. I just walked down the street and showed you everything. And they're still here. So I don't know what's going on. And I'm not going to pause the video and then come back when they come back out. I'm not going to do that. This video's going on 10 minutes. They've been here for 10 minutes. They've been here probably for about 15. Because I heard them pull up and I finally got out here. They've been here for about 15 minutes. So, that's the small engine of the rescue truck. The rest of it's all rescue. iOS Class 1. We don't know what iOS means. ISO. iOS. And the other one reads water pump. And then it says ISO Class 1 under the squad. And I'm trying to read to you what things are, but I can't. The 2 on top are for the line hoses into the house. The bottom one on the bottom, I guess, is an escape. And I guess the big one right there is a hydrant hookup. And then you have the hoses running into the house. You have other hookups to other trucks and the gearboxes. All that's on there. So I'm not going to wait till they come back out. They went in that area, as I've shown you before. So maybe it's a routine fire alarm or something. I don't know. Something going on. Hope nobody's stuck in an elevator. But it's not funny, but it is funny. Anyways, I'll catch you later. Don't forget to rate and subscribe.